So they have taken a break from the Derek Chauvin trial. I am out in Minneapolis, as you guys know, and I was out here to cover the trial. I arrived on yesterday, and then there was the killing of Daunte Wright. I was hit up by activists in the community in order to arrive at 6300 Perry, and when I arrived, his vehicle and his body were still there. SWAT and everybody shows up. The police and everybody in their riot gear show up. The community had just finished a rally calling for attention to somebody else and justice for somebody else, only for this to then happen. So as you know, if you were following all night last night, I was in the community. I stayed for the little vigil that they have. And then afterwards got word that everybody had gone around the Brooklyn PD station. But that's not what I'm going to talk about. What we're about to talk about is all of those who have something to say this morning. Now that I've shared, well, let's wait for more evidence, right? Because we're about to sit here and go through. I'm about to knock out a couple of these bullshit ass arguments from the get-go. Number one, let's wait for all the evidence to come out. What more evidence do you need? There was a traffic stop and then somebody ended up dead at the end of it. That's number one. Number two, in my video, you saw there was destruction of property. So you saw a couple people getting on top of cars. Imagine being the motherfucker in the world that gives a shit about personal property, that gives a shit about a police car whenever the cops just literally killed somebody, right? Imagine being that motherfucker. Go on to the next one. My favorite, he was resisting. If he hadn't have resisted arrest, I'm a teacher, right? And last time I checked, in order to be a teacher, you have to deal with children. Even difficult children. You're a police officer. This woman who killed this man, well, this boy, because he was only 20 years old. This woman who killed this man was a senior officer. He was resisting arrest. Last time I checked, if you don't like dealing with difficult fucking people, don't choose the job where it is your profession to actually deal with the most difficult people in our fucking society. Right? Right? But as if resisting arrest somehow justifies death, as if resisting arrest gives that officer the job and the authority to be the jury, the judge, jury, and the executioner, as if any of those things justify anything whatsoever. Last I said, if I didn't like children, that's like me being a teacher and I can't stand fucking children. If you're an officer and you don't like dealing with difficult people who don't want to cooperate all the time, choose another motherfucking profession. So that's that one. Next one, the gun and the taser. This ain't the first time we've heard this. The first excuse. What does she do after she shoots him? She says, oh shit, I shot him. So riddle me this. You're a senior officer. You have a service weapon that is trained to be on your dominant side, which would be your right side. That's number one. Number two, that's the location. What about the size? You mean to tell me that you don't know the difference between a damn taser and a motherfucking Glock? That's that. But then the color, right? Because they're not the same color. We all know this, right? Not to mention, when she pulls it, she dangles it around and fights with it in front of us for several seconds. And you mean it wasn't like she pulled it out, bam, shot, an immediate type thing. No. She pulled it out and screamed, taser, taser, taser. So where the fuck is that argument now? Right? How about we just all skip past all the bullshit and let's just talk about the real fact that it's your fucking white fragility that's tempering on this. And if you're not white, that it's something else, some other kind of fucking bias other than what the fuck it is. Because you have a senior officer who reaches for her dominant side whenever her taser would have been on her left fucking side. For somebody who is resisting arrest as if that's a death sentence. 20 years old. And you're trained to know better. All of these arguments, y'all hear me, but y'all don't fucking listen. Right? Because you keep coming with the bullshit as if you don't fucking know no better. Again, I have tolerance for ignorance. I don't have tolerance for stupidity. So stop being fucking stupid because all of those arguments I just pointed out to you make absolutely no motherfucking sense. Thank you. Teacher life. Mwah.